Hello, YouTube. So, turns out, you can send YouTube video and then have to click the go live button on the YouTube webpage. I did not know that. So, yeah, there we go. Now we're live on YouTube too. Did not realize that. Okay. There's a button you literally have to click to actually start it. So, okay, there we go. You made that mistake a few times? Oh my gosh.
Worth of tech and of line.
Okay, let me catch up here. So, APOC Ellipsis, thank you for the 100 bits there. And Schmide, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 12, 12 months there. I really appreciate that. Okay. Yep, okay, now I can see you all over there on YouTube. All right, still no GoPro. Are you kidding me? Why? Why? I'm gonna turn it, wait, the battery level's at 100%. How? Now I'm even more confused, because I assumed it was because it was failing.
Ellen Croft gave a tier 1 gift sub to Mackie Hills. End of line.
Ellen Croft, thank you for the gifted sub. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to give up. That's super duper annoying and dumb. Why? It's a beautiful floppy drive, though. Yeah. Door YouTube, you didn't miss anything? No, you didn't. Nope. Missed the intro, but you know, everyone's just gonna comment. Video starts at, you know, like 4 minutes or whatever, no matter what. I really don't know why that GoPro isn't working. It's kind of driving me bananas. You know what? Let me double check. I'm actually on the GoPro input. That's the camera. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that should be GoPro. Why? Okay. This. Clean cam. Yeah. Nope, it just doesn't want to work. For grins and giggles, what happens? That was the deck talk. Okay. GoPro's still on.
Deck talk
GoPro stayed on.
External power on.
Okay, at this point, now it's just irritating because it acts like it's outputting HDMI, but it's not. You know what I can do? No, not easily on that. I was just going to try and feed it its HDMI to something else really quick, but that's not easy. I was going to try a monitor, but no. No, let's not do that. I don't like the GoPro. I really do need to replace it. You know what? How about, like, Sunday, we try using a Raspberry Pi Zero as a camera. I have one that's just like set up and ready to go. I thought I was gonna make like a thrifting camera into a hat, put the little sensor like right in the front. Maybe get some hat that has like an O insignia or something. I don't know. And then hide it in the middle. But I ended up never wanting to actually do that. Oh, powering it off is kind of being a pain right here. Okay. Maybe now it'll work when I turn it on. I don't know. Come on. Oh, it's caught in its stupid boot loop thing now. All right, well, I'm gonna remove the battery. GoPros are the worst consumer product I think I've ever used. And when I say remove the battery, I mean remove the battery. So, because I want to see if I can run it here without a battery, because that would be better in the long run, to not ruin a battery by constantly charge cycling it. Okay, it will turn on with no battery. Okay. Wow, it actually turned on faster with no battery. It didn't just work too, did it? Wait, it did. What? How is no battery just a solution? All right, well, lesson learned, I guess. I don't know. I give up. Let me wipe it off, because now I smudged it all up. Oh, GoPros. All right, now I'm going to be able to actually read chat, and we can do things. Okay. Oh, man. That was stupid. Okay. Let me catch up here. Okay. Stop animation mode disabled. Slow mode, shall we? Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why that's happening. Let's see. Hold GoPro, been choosing. I have to choose between. Oh, so NorSob, I'm actually doing HDMI out on the GoPro, so it's not a USB mode. Okay. Let's see. Interesting how only the video stutters, not the audio. Yeah, I don't know what happens when that's going on. SSJ Dono, hello, since it's your first time chatting here. I have no idea. I don't know CPU prices, genuinely. Like, I especially don't know Ryzen. That number is completely meaningless to me. Okay. Did you miss the stream where you finished your chat overlay? Did you finish that offline? So all I did was essentially take some of the code from the GitHub, or the web capacitor reforming, and just modify it to kind of work for that. You didn't miss much. But I did do some stuff on stream. I don't remember what all, but I kind of just had to, because there was other things that I couldn't really get done. So, yeah. Let's see. Will it turn off and on with a light switch now? DZX, you are mean. I see through your plan. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go over some things. So for the first time ever, I actually have a computer that isn't an absolute garbage, horrible nightmare Windows system that allows me to do this kind of stuff, where I can control the ATEM now. So that's really nice. I got all fancy, like I even named the project for today if I decide to actually record this. I don't know. But yeah, I've got that. I got to figure out how I want to incorporate this, though, so I'm still working through that. But yeah, for right now, I'm just going to put that right in a pile over there. Okay. We ready to actually get some work done today? I think so. I think that sounds like a capital idea. I got one problem that I would really love to be able to figure out how to solve over on OBS. So I thought it would be clever to integrate the Twitch chat into OBS, but it doesn't align in a way I would have thought, but it's fine. Whatever. So getting to work in record time, yeah.
And says any chance of building an ultimate Windows 98 PC? End of line.
Sivan Duran, thank you for the tier 3 sub, holy moly, for 2 months there. Thank you so much for that. So the Ultimate Windows 98 PC is basically the one that I made for the 20th anniversary edition. I kind of went all out for the parts on that. So I don't think there is a reasonable, better version than that. Although, actually, I would even step the parts back a little bit. I don't think that the Voodoo 5 is a good card. Just period. And I would actually say you're better off with a Voodoo 3 than a 5. So, yeah. So, I feel like there was something else there. Oh yeah, rip the blue HP. The blue HP was dead the instant it came off the factory line with eMMC at 64 gigabytes. It was garbage instantly. I didn't do anything to it. Okay. Let's actually start. No, there will be.
Hello, did I miss anything? Oh, also, how are you? CHDER 100. End of line.
David, yeah, thank you for the 100 bits. Firstly, there, and oh yeah, you missed tons of totally on topic things where everything was working perfectly. Yes, that's what happened. Also, I should turn on the face tracker actually. No, that's not what I'm doing. There we go. Now it'll whoop in. Yes, maybe. Oh, I gotta click this. There we go. All right. Now it can. I don't know. It'll do something maybe. Whatever. There we go. Okay. Let's see. What's the absolute latest parts you can put Windows 98 PC? I genuinely see that. That is a question I don't care about because the latest parts that will work will not work well. It doesn't matter. So you're really much better off picking a year and getting parts from that year, and then you'll know everything around that year will work. So that's the better way to go. So yeah, Pentium 4, even that's not a guarantee, Desiac, because if you get core speeds that are too high, you can actually start to run into some issues. So, let's go ahead and actually talk about some stuff, I guess, here. Oh, you know what? Let's go off topic again, because, why not? I saw something really cool here on the ATEM that I need to figure out how to actually do. I don't know how, but oh, weirdly, I can actually just press the camera switch button on the laptop here. So, boop. Nope, wrong one. There we go. You can have the ATEM live stream directly, and you're usually supposed to do it to like dedicated services. But I noticed this today, custom URL H.264. Now I tried setting up RTMP directly to the stream PC. I was going to capture it over network, and I couldn't get it to work because RTMP stuff is weird, but that's kind of interesting there. So I need to look into that more because it might actually be possible to just stream directly from the ATEM to the server at home. Not even need the Threadripper system to act as the stream PC, then it could move on to its rightful place as the actual work computer. So that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, that's just some Samsung like Notebook 7 slide or something. It doesn't matter. It's $30 at Goodwill. That's all I know. Let's see. You lose a lot of fun OBS transitions. We don't use OBS transitions for any of that stuff anyway. The only things I use it for are for the intro and outro, and I could just do those on the server. I'm remoted into the server right now. I could do that there. What happened to the Acer? Acer. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. Set the stream bitrate on the ATEM. There was a quality setting, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember an Acer computer, unfortunately. I hope no one sent me one, and then I just completely forgot about it. I will feel quite bad. The other one you might be thinking of is the 2-in-1. That's a tablet. It's a Dell. And the problem is the dock. It really doesn't work well. I want to use it, but it is a thing where the mouse and keyboard are very sporadic. So yeah, that's unfortunate. You can set a custom bitrate in an XML file. Nakalak, if you have any information about that custom URL thing, can you post that on Discord, please? Because I could not find it in a cursory search. So, all right. So, okay. Vital Kniev there is asking about Twitch change stuff. I'll say this, doesn't matter for me. Because currently the stream is coming from my computer at home that has basically unlimited bandwidth. Doesn't matter. I'm choked by the office bandwidth, and I cannot do AV1 over SRT. Doesn't matter. So completely does not affect me. And because people kept posting it all over, Twitch laid off a bunch of people this week. Again, don't read anything into that. Unity laid off people. Duolingo laid off people. Google laid off people. And there was one more that's escaping me right now. It was a big one. I don't remember. But all of those companies laid off people this week, okay? A lot of tech companies are looking at Twitter not imploding and thinking they can just fire a bunch of staff and whatever happens, happens. So don't read into anything. No, I just mean this week, Helen Croft. Just this week. So yeah, Yeah, Discord, that was it. That was the one. Discord was the other one. So yeah. So don't read anything into that. So let's see. Getting point of sale vibes from that monitor. You know, it probably was used for that because it came from that era. Let's actually focus on this now. So, all right. Oh boy, this is one of the coolest things that I've ever had the pleasure of getting, but also is bothering me. Let me mute my phone. I'm gonna guess that was Nakalak there, though. Oh, no. Get out of here, thing. Yep, thank you. Thank you for that. All right. This is an IBM Wheelwriter 50 Series 2. This is an IBM Wheelwriter that is a word processor. It's basically a whole computer. I believe it has an 8088 inside. It has at least 64K of RAM. It's got VGA for the monitor. It's kind of bananas. Technically, that floppy drive can kind of plug into the external 37 dB port on a IBM 5150 and just work. So it's a pretty amazing machine that is kind of designed within the IBM ecosystem to exist. This particular one, I believe, is from 1988. That might have been when they released Wheelwriter line is from 1984, which is kind of impressive that after 4 years, they released one that was basically a 5150. But there are a couple of issues. I don't want to just turn it on and walk you through how it works, because this thing is very strange. It has internal storage using RAM, and that works by being battery backed. So this is not currently plugged in, but it is holding the data because it has a pack of AA batteries right there. And the documents that it stores in RAM will stay there indefinitely, as long as that's there. And this is full of documents from the previous owner, and I'm not ready to commit to deleting them yet, because I think they would like to have them, because the documents on this are dated as recently as 2016. This thing was in use as of 8 years ago. So it's kind of amazing that from 1988 to 2016, this thing was still being used, okay? It's rock solid. Actually, I see evidence that it's been serviced. Right here is a grill that would normally hold noise-canceling foam, and it's just gone. I think it's been serviced its entire life, which is partially why it still works. But the thing is it's full of documents, and those documents are like instantly doxing to the people who previously owned this. So I cannot show you any of that. So what makes sense is to try and export the documents to a floppy disk using the drive. Except the drive doesn't seem to want to work. So today we're going to try and take apart the drive and figure out what's going on with it, and hopefully we can actually get it to work so I can dump all of the documents from this thing and then use it. I could just say, you know what? They sold me the thing, documents don't matter, whatever, wipe them all, but then I still can't use the floppy drive, and I'm just moving the goalpost slightly ahead while having destroyed a potential. So there's no real reason to do that yet. So we need to fix the floppy drive. All right. Now, let me catch up here. Hey, Zziak, I remembered the stop button exists. Not that I know what's going to happen with this thing, but yeah. So how many IBM Wheelwriters do I have? I think I have 2 big boys. I might have a 3 and a 5. I'm not sure. I definitely have 2 of the personal sized ones, and then this one now. So I guess I have 5 Wheelwriters. That's a lot of Wheelwriters. And I think I have 5 copies of Prestige Elite and 1 other wheel.
001 subbed as tier 1 and says hi. Greetings from Argentina. End of line.
Lucas 22,001, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Oh my gosh, 23 months. That's 16, 4, 2, 3. Thank you for the 23 3 months there. Very much appreciate that. Oh, man. There's a growing wheelwriter scanner imbalance. Don't worry, I also bought 2 scanners this weekend. Okay. My school is using both wheelwriters and lasers into 2010s. Okay, I'm really surprised by the wheelwriters. Not as much the laser discs, because once the schools bought the infrastructure and media for like educational materials, kind of makes sense that they keep using them forever. But the wheelwriters, that's a little weird. So, okay. Oh boy, there's some really cool stuff about this thing, but we got to figure out how we're actually going to use it. Now, here's the thing. I really wish it wasn't full of like really doxing personal information. I'm not kidding. I can turn it on and it'll be okay, but the instant I press the document recall button, it's going to show their names and their address, and possibly social security number might be in there too, because just, you know, why not have everything just all leaked into there? But it will show the contents of the documents on the document list menu because they didn't set titles, which was possible, but they didn't do it. So here's what we're going to have to do. I'm going to flip this thing around, and then I'm going to point the camera at it. We're not going to do VGA capture because I actually don't have a loop back set up, I think, right now. And then we'll see what we can do with the disk drive. So they are, well, 1010, you're half right, and that's why I think the person who I bought it from might actually want the documents. And that's as much information as I'm going to give you. So, bit late, didn't get the usual Twitch notification for this one. It was a little weird of a start. Actually, Digital Ice Age, I'll tell you this. You know what, I'm just going to grab it.
15 months, and where did the time go? End of line.
I'll get to that one in just a second here. Okay, I think I accidentally bought the best light scanner, and I'm kind of excited about it because now that I've seen it in person, I think it's even better. So I got a Lide 600F from Goodwill. This is a 4800 DPI scanner, but I can't get the 4800 DPI to work on Linux, so we're not gonna be able to do that, but it doesn't really matter because we don't want to scan books at 4800 DPI anyway. It did come with the film scanner thingy. Let me just break this out. We are totally on track for the stream, by the way. Well, like we're so razor sharp focused on the subject.
2015 as prime and says 14 months. Dang, time really does fly. End of line.
Let me catch up here. Urban Monkey, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 15 months there. And then Cobb, thank you for the prime sub and for 14 months. Really appreciate that as well. So this thing is nuts. So first off, it does this, okay? It's actually kind of meant to be a book edge scanner. Like, look at this. It's a flat edge to the front. It's a book edge scanner, technically. It's just got an absolutely massive bezel here. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. So the thing is,
COPHC 2015 gave a tier 1 gift software commenter. End of line.
Let's say we take a... Oh, gosh.
Tier 1 gift software MERLEN 41. End of line. COPHC 2015 gave a tier 1 gift software Eatmo. End of line. COPHC 2015 gave a tier 1 gift software Dopas. End of line. COPHC 2015 gave a tier 1 gift software Razzle Storm. End of line.
Cobb, thank you for the 5 gifted subs there. So, this thing is made to do this, okay? You can rest a book on it while it's in this weird upright position, and then it holds the page flat up into the spine. Again, the only problem is that this is absolutely massive here, so this kind of sucks. But it's hilarious how close to awesome it is. It's so close. So, yeah, I got this thing, and there's a couple of things to note about it. So first off, it's very, very weirdly feature-packed. But the biggest thing I want to point out here, oh, this is a very good angle for this. So this is the black strip, and I want you to see this edge highlight here. Technically, that's not the glass. This is either on top of or more hopefully to the side of the glass. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Sometime this weekend, I'm hoping we'll be able to disassemble this thing and figure that out. But yeah, the 600F might be the perfect one. Again, it's got the whole internal, like a single spar in the center. It's not guided along rails on the side. So yeah, we can totally remove the side. You can just see the plastic garbage and it curves up there. So yeah, this thing should be an ideal candidate for this. But yeah, it's just weird how close it is to being a good book scanner. Like, it's so close. So yeah, that's a Canon 600F. Really excited about this. I also got an Epson Perfection 4490, which was really annoying because I bought that first and I was like, yay, a 4400 DPI scanner. And then like a couple Goodwills later, I found this and it's like, oh, that one's also a 4400 DPI scanner and I have to buy this one. So now I just have the Epson like also, and I don't really need it. But this one didn't work in Linux, and for 4800 DPI, it only works at 600 DPI because the drivers are weird or something. So I'm hoping maybe the Epson will work at 4800 DPI in Linux. Let's see, so run the, oh my gosh, the manual book got crunched up. 1 second, there we go. All right, run the scanner over a table saw. Oh gosh. So is this thing better than 4C? I'm gonna go with no. Because it's not as big. And yeah, that's the thing about the setup that I'm trying to do here with the dual lids. It'd only be good for like magazines and actual printed books and stuff. There are other things where the AVID is just going to be better. So yeah, that's another project. Surely it's a scanner a week habit. Oh gosh. So, all right, let's actually try and figure out this IBM. Okay. See, a book with good margin seems perfect. It would, a book with big, wide margins, like an actual normal printed book, would probably work out really well on that Canon. And I'm going to recommend the Canon as like a cheap option when I do that for some things, but it's not going to be in every book solution. So, you're going to attempt to do it with dual scanner still. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was just kind of waiting to figure out what to go with, and now it's going to be 600F. I wonder if dropping it made it work again. You know, you say that? I actually did have to do that with that one. The scan element was like bound up against the edge, so I just kind of put it over my knee and like, dropped it just a little tiny bit. But yeah. Oh, your light started on your second 4C. Well, that's excellent. So, all right, let's figure this out. I'm like dragging my feet on getting this thing going because it's a nightmare to move around. So let's look at this. There's very little information about this thing on the internet here. So let me show you some stuff. As we're moving this over, I would like you to note that the monitor is not attached to it. The floppy drive is, and it attaches with screws, like Phillips screws. So I haven't actually disconnected it yet from the machine. But you'll notice the monitor actually has this plate under it. So the monitor is on a stand, and the stand replaces, come on, oh gosh, the normal, you know, we'll just leave it. The stand replaces the normal like flat pivot base that you would have on there, and it adds a spike, all right, that goes into that thing. Let me just set this down for a moment, all right? So it goes into this. Well, this comes out of this part, which has a groove in it that this slides into. So you can choose to have it to be on the left side or the right side of the word processor, which is just kind of really weird. This thing, I don't know if you can hear it, big old sheet of steel, okay? This thing is ridiculous. So I don't know why other than weight. But this kind of fits under the typewriter, or you can kind of do anything with it. So it's two completely separate parts until they're screwed together. So it's weird and annoying to move around, unlike the Xerox, which the monitor basically just attaches right there, and then you don't have to worry about it. But this one, it's got this weird external plate, which it might have screw holes, but they don't really align with anything I saw on the bottom. Actually, you know what? Kind of want to check that out, because I have not flipped this thing over to look at the bottom, and I'm curious if it can be attached directly. So let me do this. Put this here, and oh boy. Definitely needs to go on the blanket because it's putting weight on the levers. You know what? I'm gonna put this box under that even, so it doesn't put more weight on the levers. Okay. I have not really been able to tell.
Says, I say. What do you get if you cross a carriage return with the line feed? End of line.
That was perfectly stupid, Ben. I love that. And thank you for the 8414. That's the number. 8 for my brain. Work with me here. 14 months. Thank you, Ben. Oh boy. So this is the bottom of the machine. So let's see how this plate lines up, because I haven't really felt like I've nailed this thing since I've been messing with it. Okay, it doesn't seem like it aligns in any particular way at all, actually. So there are divots here. Do those... They don't even really align with the feet down there. So when I get, like, say, the left side centered, that side's not quite right. If I try and fold it over to fit on that, kinda. So there's these threaded screws holes that I was kind of hoping would, like, match up to a screw there. It's just, they go to a giant hole in the machine. It's not... So I don't know if there's something missing there, or they would put, like, a giant washer and a screw there. But yeah, they don't really... Doesn't seem to line up with anything. That's annoying. So I guess we'll just, again, continue to slide this kind of under it. It would have been really nice if it did mount to it, because that would solve the problem of it being separate, but oh well. So I just noticed there is paper towel jammed in the case here. I wonder... There's a lot of paper towel jammed in the case there. I'm going to guess it was buzzing, and that was a service thing. Okay, weird. Huh. Oh no, what was that? Drat. So this is the video card, kind of like poking along the edge. I was like, huh, let me just kind of push that back in, because the printer interface option would go there, and the disk option goes here. But I pressed on that, and then, like, oh, let me just push it back in, and then I heard something fall into it. Cool. Well, let's flip it over and see what happens, I guess. Put the plate down here. Well, the batteries came loose. That's not surprising. I don't have them well attached. I do know there are some looming issues with this thing. Why is that not moving? Oh, I bet I know what it was. No. It's not. Not that. Okay, well, this just got fun. Can things please just, like, work sometimes? That would be real swell. How does this come off? Does it come off? I don't think it does. Okay, well, Uh, when I was working on this last, I found a random spring in there, but all the springy bits still feel springy, so I wasn't really sure what it was. I still don't know, but while I was in there looking, these are the ends of the add-on boards, and there has these like little weird clip things that kind of just like press them down. Now, for some reason, that one is hitting the carriage.
XSGT Silver subbed as Tier 1 and says was 20 months the cool hand sign language, or was it 21 anyways - 4 months to the 2-year anniversary MR. Definitely not a phone collector lol. End of line.
Sergeant Silver, thank you for the Tier 1 sub there for 20 months, which is this one here. And thank you for the 20 months. Left leg looks broken. Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. That's the back of the VGA board, and I'm wondering if it like raised. Yeah, it seems like it kind of wants to be pushed out a little. So maybe if I have that down, now I can. I don't know. The thing is it's basically down as far as it can go. Dude, what? I assume I can pop it off, and I might have to. Oh, this is annoying. Of all the problems I could have had, I didn't think I was gonna somehow make this one have carriage movement issues as well. Ugh. Hold on, I'm plugging in the VGA cable so that I can pull on the board. Just pull it to the back. This is awful. Why are the clearances this tight to begin with?
AJSLIM 79 subbed as Prime and says 10010. End of line.
AJ Slim, thank you for the Prime sub and for 10010 there for the 18 months. Guess someone designed as a clearance failure point. I don't know. This is weird. It doesn't want to come off, and I'm pretty sure it should, because, well, there's one missing right there for the printer interface. I still haven't solved what the random loose thing is that fell down, though. So that's fun. You know, it's pretty poor design, IBM. Also, ugh. I think I'm supposed to be able to pinch it. Okay, there we go. Well, problem solved. Looks fixed to me. I'm gonna put this one over here. There we go. Oh wow, that side's somehow worse. It's not broken, but it's You know, is it possible the person who put this thing together, like, did it wrong? Because I feel like that should probably be under something. Ah. Yeah, LP seam? No, this is a completely different word processor. Emil, I don't think so, because I gotta worry about it potentially being a metal thing that fell. Because I will now found 2 loose metal things and parts related to this. I'm gonna take off the floppy connector, and see if maybe we can do. We haven't even opened the floppy drive yet. That's the actual objective for today, is opening the floppy drive. But now we have stupid side quests that I didn't even know I was gonna be looking at. Oh. All right, so there's 2 Phillips screws that are holding it in. I'm grabbing the LTT driver. Just go ahead and use that. Okay. Now, how does this pull out? This is very difficult to understand. I think this thing was really poorly assembled. Yeah, Helmcroft it is. It's very frustrating. It's actually internally a 720K IBM PS2 drive. I believe it's the same as the one that was in the 5140 PC convertible. So the thing is, I don't think these are retaining clips. Unless they are. Oh, that does move. But it's also plastic. Why is that plastic and not metal? This sucks. Oh, man. You know what? We're gonna not worry about it. I would like to fix it, but I would also like to, oh, what's this? Did I just find the missing spring thing? Ooh. Hold on. I think I just found something missing a spring. How does this work? Delightful. Yep, pretty sure I just found where the missing spring goes, so that's cool. I doubt there are screws in the bottom that are holding the board in. Okay. All right, let's take a step back here. I don't think we need the things like really totally positively retained. Like that's you know, an obsessive detail for nerds. Like we don't have to worry about that. So let's not. Because I only ungrounded the keyboard one moment. Ow, that's really sharp. Okay. I don't have a really good answer, though, on what the other loose thing was. Oh, I heard it on the left. I see it. It is another PCB clip. One moment. Let me grab a light and some pliers, and I can extract it. Could it have been dropped? I really don't think it was. I think it's just been serviced too much because it was used too long and someone made a mistake. I don't know who serviced it. I will say I don't think it was Phoenix Typewriter because I don't see anything. They usually put stickers and stuff in there, and I don't see those, so I don't know who would have worked on it. Really hear the build quality when you shake it. Wheel riders are not that well made. I will say, they're just okay. So, right there is the clip. So let me try and grab it. Also, that's evidence of something spilled in there, so that's cool. I might see a shell of a dead bug. Ooh, that rotated in a beneficial way. Yeah! It's like the best game of Operation. Okay. I'm kind of horrified. I have to know what that is. Well, I don't know that it's good that it was juicy. Oh, gosh. Balu, I hope it is a good morning. I might have just made some people's mornings slightly worse. Let me grab a swab here, and I will try and wipe that out. That means it's fresh. Well, I don't think it's a bug, or it's an incredibly dead. It's very fragile, whatever it is. It's also very brown. Yay. I think someone spilled some like soda or something in here, and that might probably just dried soda. I wish I had a small, easy vacuum, but I don't, and I don't want to use a desoldering gun. That would be super disgusting. We're gonna ignore that for right now. Let's move on to bigger problems. Let's not worry about that for the moment. So the clips need to go back on. Kind of. Almost unfortunately, I now have enough clips for everything, which means that it literally fell off. What? And then it started to slide back. No, you don't. Get back here. Ah! You know, 3D printing clips would actually be more beneficial than you realize. Because I can make them lower profile. They wouldn't be as big of a problem. It's the, like, butterfly hinge on the backside that's sticking up and colliding. See, the board raises, which then pushes it up into height range. You know what? Maybe that's fine. Let's just pretend it's fine. I don't want to worry about it anymore. Let's just go with that. Why? There. Okay. Ah! Pro strat time. One moment. Oh, it's so gooey down there. What on earth? Why? Stats back to 0. Hello, since it's your first time chatting here. Resting height, when it's working, then the head will rest and holds... Head will rise? No, I don't think so. That's part of the, like, aluminum frame that holds all of the stuff in place. I don't think it's going to change height. If it is oil, someone oiled this thing too much, because I don't, well, you do technically oil these rails. They oiled it way too much, which tells me I may need to give it a bath, like a actual lubricant bath at some point. Okay, let's put it on the outside of this. How about that? There we go. They're reinstalled. Problem solved. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. Next. Technically that bumps into it. There we go. Okay. Good as new. All right. Over here is the thing that's loose. Because, you know, why not have just one problem when you can have lots? So let me go grab the spring. See if I can figure out where it goes. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay. So this is loose. I'm not 100% sure where it goes. So it's a little confusing, actually. Kind of like just dangles down there, and I don't see anything it could go up against. So I wonder if I'm missing another part. Oh, I think I know where it goes. It would be a spring assist to pull it back. Are you kidding me? That's so stupid. That doesn't need to exist. Okay, let me explain this in mechanical marvel land here, okay? So that piece rests on the silver bar right there. And then when you pull this up, there is a point after that spring it starts to push this away, but it's kind of in a middle zone. This one would make it easier to push this back because it would pull it down. I'm pretty sure that's what it's meant to do. So I think I know how I can hook it in. Back to where it's supposed to go. Just popped in, what have you missed? Just this thing being weird and slightly broken. Okay. Grab this. All right. I'm going to take the spring, because this is the side where it was. I'm going to hook it like that. So this, I believe, will hook onto this metal plate right here at some point. I'm not quite sure where. Or how I'm gonna. You know what? I have an idea. This is a brilliant idea. Why didn't I think of this before? Just try and take off the case. I have to remember how. So there's latches on the side that lets it lift. Just trying to remember. There we are. Right here. How does that? How do those ones work? You push in. I think. Aha! Ah. There we go. Oh. Hey, you know what would be really easy to do is see how this printer part actually goes in here now. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Look at the inductor for the current protection on the floppy interface. Ah! So cool. Anyway, now over here, we can see the stupid lever thing. We can figure out how we reattach it. The printing wheel is installed, yes. So put this here, and I'm gonna guess that it goes back right there. So now this flips forward, and oh, you know what? That makes perfect sense. Okay. There we go. I know why. This needs to stay there. It can't go farther back because that's how you activate the paper advance. That needs to be there. That was actually important to get back in place. Okay. Random spring reinstalled. Yes. One of these days we'll get to our actual objective here. Now that I can see this thing. Oh man. Do we do this? I think we do this. Okay, I don't know how this thing removes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with don't break it. Also, there's a it's just red thread, but it looks like a headphone speaker cable thing. That's concerning. Well, I'm pretty sure it's red thread. Okay. There's no reefa caps in that power supply, are there? That would kind of suck. I don't think I see any. All right. Oh, man. Ugh. Maybe a good time to compress air. I don't really want to blow it all into here. If I had the vacuum over here and ready to go, I would use that, but I don't, so I'm not gonna. You know, I could tape this back here now. Better. Now no one will know what crimes have happened. Okay, now let's put the back on again. Is the tuning cord? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, let's put the lid back on. So when you reinstall these, you have to align with the power thing on the left, and then the two paper control levers. The other wheel riders I have actually have like a rubber gasket thing in here. You know, is there evidence that there was one? No. Well, I wonder if they just nixed that for this version. I think it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I have so much grill right here that it'd be impossible to keep dust out. They just knew why bother. Okay, where is it getting caught? Okay. All right. Alrighty. That's reattached. That can go down. Then the other thing is you flip the page space indicator thing back forward. We can reinstall the ribbon. Boom. Okay. Springy deal. Now working correctly. Yeah, that was important to get that correct. I bet I could plug it in and demonstrate that, actually. Where did I put the power cable? It's literally in my pocket. Here, let me demonstrate that. It might only do it. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. So yes, you'll pull this forward, and it advances one page. That's, well, actually, no. What it is? Let me. Piece of paper, okay. This is the thing that I did not know when I did the video about bolt modding one of these. Okay, this is the actual, like, literally the one thing people will associate me with not knowing about these. So we're gonna flip this up first off because it's super ridiculously cool, but we won't get to that today most likely. So you just drop the paper right there, okay? I'm not doing anything. You pull this forward, and it puts it exactly where you're supposed to be for the top margin. That's what it's for. So kind of important that that work. And you can hold it, and it will just feed out the paper. No? Oh, I thought it would. Yeah. Okay. And hello, Yin. Action Rider you found at last? Still being used. Wow, that is cool. Tell you see the voices written on the ribbon that was in it. That's hilarious. So this thing is the page length indicator. So I'll put this in. This tells you how much paper there is left on it. It's kind of weird. I can also do this and then pull it back out that way. All right, vertical tab, kind of. Okay. The really funny thing here is how it just totally functioned as a regular wheel rider right there, despite this one also being, you know, a whole computer. So, sorry if it's a repeat question, why does Majenko's name not have color on screen? Because Majenko has not actually set a color, I guess? I don't know. Is your color specifically set, Majenko? Because I'm not getting a color there. What about landscape mode? I mean, that works too. You need to capture the display name from Twitch. No, it's okay. Well, Majenko, if your color is random, like you can as a user, right now, go to your Twitch settings and specify a color. If you do specify a color, it'll show up down here on the chat thing. So right there, your name will have a color if you specify it. If you don't specify it, it's just going to be white. Okay, so that's how that works right now. In the future, because of YouTube chat, if your name does not have a color here, it will be based on the first 3 letters of your name. If your last letter or the first letter of your name is Z, it's going to have a high value and it'll be a lot of red. If it's an A for the second one, there'll be low green. And then the third one would be B. So it's A to Z using that. So yeah, Twitch will send you a randomly selected color for you to use. Yeah, you can do that. What's the difference between the wheel rider and the action rider? I don't remember what the action rider is. So I don't remember offhand. Let me just search that real quick. Action rider. IBM. Oh, it's just a baby wheel rider. That's all. It's just a little bitty wheel rider. I think it was the personal wheel rider before it was called the personal wheel rider. That's what it is. Change your color just because it works. Which wheel rider is this one? This is a 50 Series 2, which is why it has VGA and a floppy interface, which, by the way, we can now test. So let's get the pad out of here and actually focus on what we're supposed to be doing. Oh yeah, and as far as the manuals, there's the actual manual for this thing, so I don't need a PDF, although I also have a PDF. I'm gonna grab some water. I'm a little thirsty. Okay. Let's see. Glad to see your progress. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. I'll be back in a moment. While I'm doing that, bearings. I have bearings for the Xerox on order through a specialty bearing store that's local. I was hoping to hear back from them this week by like Thursday or something, and I haven't. So I'm gonna call them Monday and see what's up. But I'm hoping I'm actually gonna get some. They're $15 each, because the N1Zs are really weird. So, take the boxes out when I get some water? Oh, here, I'll sell the boxes. There you go. Ugh. Okay. Back to the actual subject here. Let me put the armor plate. Your wheel rider is bulletproof from the bottom. Okay. Put the arm into the slot. Please work. Has a rubber foot on it, so it's not very cooperative. All right. And then we have the floppy drive. Okay, I'm not going to screw it in, and I'm also going to push the whole thing back a bit. Annoyingly, okay, and I am genuinely actually perturbed by this, that's the power input for the typewriter. That's the VGA connection. There is no power pass-through for the monitor, so you have to turn on the monitor separately. That's pretty lame. For this era, that's kind of weird to have to do that, because this is definitely the time period of the monitor plugging into the computer and then having a switch that turns it on as well. Where did I put the monitor? There it is. Literally right beside me. Okay. But this means I need 2 power connectors for the thing. So there is video, and here's this. But yeah, we can later super brain dead, simple, easy to VGA capture of this. It's just 640 by 480 VGA. Couldn't be any easier. Make a pass-through. I think I might have an IBM pass-through on the power side power cable, but it's not quite the same. Okay. Do you turn on tags on the IRC connection? I don't do anything for the IRC. I'm not using IRC, Majenko. Okay. So here's the thing all set up. Wow, that can't really go back far enough. One moment. There, kind of. Okay. That'll be a better view, sort of. Okay. Ready to actually attempt to use this. So there's the drive. It's kind of weird that it's like totally separate, but it is. There is a version of this that takes power from the back as well as data, and then can be plugged into an actual 5150 floppy controller because it's the standard DB37 interface. But this one has power over the cable, so it's not compatible. I've heard there is documentation of a mod for the floppy controller in the PC to connect it, but I'm not particularly keen on doing that. So we'll see how this goes. But I can turn on the monitor, and it's just monochrome, so not a lot's going to happen. We could actually swap it out for the bigger IBM one I have. That would look kind of normal, but would be not exactly correct. Now, when the monitor is fully warmed up, this will show a single underscore blinking in the center, but for now, it just has to warm up a little bit more. So, M. Tutti Frutti, hello, since it's your first time chatting here. Oh, Derek Frello on YouTube. I didn't see your chat before, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. And Bagulus, hello, over there. So, so on what color channel is the video? Probably green. I don't know. I have not checked all that stuff yet. So, I'm gonna bump up the contrast for you guys for this, but normally I wouldn't bother with that. So it is working. It's possible to type on it. You can see things move around there. It's very responsive and nice. But, and here's the problem, completely out of focus is what I'm gonna do. Like, way out of focus. And you know what? Let's just like be even more out of focus there. So the screen is very fuzzy there right now. Here's the problem. If I list the files, there are a lot of files still on this thing. And I cannot show you what is going on there. So that's a problem. So in order to get those files off, I need to use the disk drive. So what I can do is I can go menu, and then I can go to diskette here, all right? And then we have an option called prepare. This will ask me to put a floppy disk in the drive, and then I can press enter to format it. And there goes the drive. Oh, man. Zoom and enhance. Love seeing the physical positions move and the typewriter matching on screen. Yeah, it is really cool. I very much like that. Also, it's kind of funny. This position indicator is the same as this red physical thing that literally just moves on the ribbon. You have that drive for your PS2? You don't want it. So it thinks it's going. It's doing stuff. That's the head stepping.
Microsoft has tier 1 and says end of line.
Grisgort, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 23. Wow. 16 4 2 20 no, 16 4 2 3. Yeah, that one. 20. Is it? 16 4 20 2. Wow, yeah, it is. 23. Thank you. All right. And here's the problem. The camera does not like to focus on this. Diskette, not usable. Insert new diskette and press Control or the other one to cancel. You know what? We can try to fix that flickering. This is a P7 Phosphor display, and, well, yeah, we're not totally synced up with it. Are you sure someone didn't transplant a clock into the drive? Oh, gosh. It is DD, and that was a DD disc. Oh, well, here's the weird thing, okay? So, it didn't work, except I can make it work, and all I have to do is press Enter. It's attempting to reformat the drive, or the disk now. So it's going to do the whole thing again. And while it does it, I'm going to fix the shutter speed here. One moment.
Honeynut Videos subbed as Prime for 3 months and says, end of line.
Honeynut Videos, thank you for the Prime sub there, for the first time. Alright. This might be a little hard to properly sync to. That's close. Hold on. It's not Python if I do it on my phone. Haha. 1 over 70 times 360. Why is that wrong? Is it 70 over 1? 70, no, because that'd just be 70. Why is my brain failing? Oh yeah, see, there, now it's asking for a title. Do you see yellow blink? Yeah, I'm trying to fix that. So that's because of the phosphor type on this, P7 phosphor, which I've mentioned multiple times because I love P7 phosphor. It's very weird. I'll show you why in a moment. Trying to figure out the shutter angle, and my math phone is not correctly working. Oh, wait. I think I know. 1 minus this all times 360. 354 85. Okay. Hold on, let me just type it here. 354.85. Update. And that would be if it's 70 hertz. It does not look like it's 70 hertz. Okay. Let me try 60 hertz. 354 plain. That's too close. That wouldn't matter. 354. Update. Nope. Still flickering. Okay. MDA is technically 50 hertz. So let's try that. 352.8. No. Dude, what speed is this thing? I'm going to have to hook up an oscilloscope to figure out what the vertical refresh rate is. Fire up a terminal on Python, none of us know. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm using an actual calculator app, so I'm not cheating, technically. You theoretically fit a GoTech? Theoretically, yes. Easily, no, because it's powered over the floppy connector. Your Blackmagic lets you set arbitrary shutter speeds? Oh, yes, it does. I can type in shutter angles down to 2 decimal points. I don't know why they would make it a higher refresh rate than usual, but I don't know. Anyway, so... Oh well, let's just go ahead and try this. So after formatting a second time, it will think the disk was good, allow me to make a title, and then supposedly work. But it doesn't work. and I will demonstrate this now. We're going to go over to the workstation PC, and you'll see why it doesn't work. I'm going to grab my water. Oh, I should have brought chat up over here. That would have been smart. Ugh. Alrighty. Bad heads? It's not bad heads. I can guarantee that. As weird as that is. Okay, so I have to go to the live and just ignore that. I don't care, YouTube. You know what? Go back. I'm on the wrong channel anyway. There we go. All right. Go live, and now I'll be able to see live chat for YouTube. Okay. Oh, in a moment I will. And there we go. Okay. Don't worry about it, Eric. Okay, sorry. I'll get that solved soon enough. Possibly this weekend. Dr. Hugh, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 19 months there. Thank you. All right, let me pause the chat here. Okay, I'm going to take the disk and I'm going to put it in my drive here. And now I'm just going to open a terminal. I'm going to go into test folder here. Now we're going to do GW dash IBM 720 here. That is the format this uses, okay? It's actually FAT12, which is really weird, but it totally is. I mean, there's document files on it that are encrypted, so you can't pull them off, unfortunately. But if I do wheelwriter 52 test, let's say, this is just the file that we're doing. So we're going to try and image the disk, and it's going to go ahead and start now. Would the angle of speed not depend on the frame rate? It would, yes. I'm running at 60 frames per second on the camera. So 360 open would be 60 hertz, but it's actually usually 59.94, blah, blah, weird nonsense. So, eh. Ugh. Although, 1 over 60. That's weird. That should be 60. My math is not working correctly. Maybe 308. I adjusted my math to not be stupid. Yeah, 308.5. Yeah, Ariana. Yeah, you're there. It makes way more sense. Okay, we'll do that in a moment. I think you have it there. Okay. Okay. I need a secondary thing here. This. All right. So, the disk is now ripped to flux, but you're seeing that it's not finding sectors. That's weird. It's going to just outright fail on this, so we're going to go ahead and just end this in a second, but I do want to show you what that looks like. So, this is what the formatted disk looks like. It's basically perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. The software has now given up, and it only found the sectors for the first 2 tracks. So, a little strange, but it's also really, really weird, because if I open this with the HXC Floppy emulator software, and we go to the track analyzer, we are currently on track number 0.
Tier 1 and says woohoo. Thumb, middle, pinky, end of line.
All right, we'll do that. Jan Potts, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 21 months there. Thank you. So we have on track 1 sector. You can see the sector. If I do this, it's really just to the right of the mouse cursor there. It says sector. It's really, really tiny. But it's sector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They all show up correctly. We're on track 1. Let's go to, or that was track 0. So let's go to track 1. And we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not a problem. Go to track 2. Here's where this gets a little weird. Now we have data, but we have sector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know why this isn't working. Because the data is all there and just fine. There's no difference. Now, it's maybe slightly offset a little bit. It might be a little wonky there, which leads me to my my thought. I think what is happening is that the head is not correctly aligned with the tracks, and it's different on each time, or maybe it doesn't error check the second time or something. Because there's the thing. So if I go to, one moment. Oh gosh. What do I want to do this with? I forget which ones are which. Yeah, I think this one here. So this was a disk that I formatted one time, okay? I only did it once, okay? There is no data written to it, but the formatting is fine. So that's why this is weird. So again, if we compare this to the other one, I'm going to open this in a new tab. So if we compare this is 1 pass of formatting versus 2 passes of formatting. We can see this line of data there on one side, but elsewise, the disk structure is identical. So it's really weird. Now, I will say this. If I pick a folder here, let's say, that's innocuous enough, but it doesn't have anything there. Yeah, okay. So this is an image of a disk that I got with the machine that was already written. There is actual data on this disk. It contains files, and the files I was even able to extract. Now, I can't actually get text out of these. It's really weird. I don't understand what the text formatting is. It is not ASCII. It's not plain text. It's nothing. And I can't really show you because in case I figure out how to decode it, I don't want to like show this on here and then have someone else decode this and figure out what the information is. So I can't show you this, but I'll just tell you it's random gobbledygook in there. You can't actually get anything out of it. One moment. Extended binary, decimal, EBD, Linux, to ASCII, okay. Hold on. I doubt it, but maybe. You know what? Hold on. Is there like an online converter for this? There is. Wait, why is it on IBM's website? Hold on. Wait a minute here. hmm. Hmm. DD can convert it. That's hilarious. What's going wrong now? I'm just trying to figure out how to convert, what's it called? Ebgidic? I don't know. I need to figure out how to convert that. Let's see. Just Google, came with many links, looks simple. Iconv? How? From, codename, list all known coded character sets, converts encoding of given file from one to another, from codename to codename, out file. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so iconv, dash f ebdigd t ASCII, and then the file is any of these. Failed to start conversion processing. NDI died? Hold on. No, oh, so I'm not using NDI. I'm doing stuff on the other monitor. I cannot show you the data from the disks. I can't. Has 77 variants? Okay, we're not messing with that. That's not happening. Yeah, I can't show you the data that was on the disks because that's people's personal information. Wait, DD convert copy file converts ASCII input to the thing, or there's probably a reverse here. Okay, hold on. Apparently DD can do this. Okay. Conversion can be one of the following. Converts blah to blah for ASCII. Okay. Converts variable length, convile, converts. Okay, hold on. So maybe DD IF equal one of the things to OF equal test dot txt conv equals okay. Hold on. Let me make sure I control this. Yeah. That did not work. Yeah, can confirm, did not work. I'll tell you this. When I open the file, there are a lot of left parentheses, if that means anything to anyone. And I think when I open other files, well, there's a lot of left parentheses in that one too. So there's a lot of left parentheses. I'll leave it at that. Because I can't show the data without, like, doxing stuff, so. Because he used the wrong version of the standard. I understand that. I just did the DD one. Is provided for compatibility purposes. Copy of file. Between code. Use icon. Only 76 more variants to go. Yeah, we're not messing with that. But anyway, so yeah, I have no idea how the files are encoded. So we can't get to them. But anyway, the problem is the inability to be able to format a disk in the machine. I cannot successfully format a disk in the machine in a way where I can then pull data off of the disk. So that's what's weird. Also, the other thing is if I take this disk back, let me go demonstrate this now, all right? So here, let me show you this. The typewriter, I mean, it thinks everything worked great. So maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe the disk is fine, my imaging is terrible, or something like that. Let's test that, okay? So I can go to menu. All right, I can do diskette. And then, oh yeah, I was gonna try setting this to 308. One moment. 308. Oh yeah, it's 70 hertz, there we go. So first off, I can list the directory. Oh, hey, what do you know? The disk didn't work. Now, sometimes that will actually work. Let me try a different one that I've attempted to format here. Let's see if it will work. Diskette, directory. Okay, well, that's at least fine. So yeah, there's 2016 data. So I think that one will actually read. Thankfully, that didn't show anything. But here's the problem, okay? So if I attempt, like let's say we close this, I attempt to copy, all right, the second document that is in the RAM storage to the second, no, hold on. The second document that's in RAM storage to the second document slot on the floppy, it will error. There we go. It cannot successfully read and write onto the disk correctly. So that's the problem. Try putting floppy drive upside down. I doubt that will help. Copy from to 2 equals 2. There, yeah. So because it's on its side, no. Is it notch protected? No. I can't use another drive because it's a power over floppy cable drive. That's why. That's why this sucks. We have 10 minutes left. We have done literally nothing today. This was a waste of a day. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. The whole day gone. Are you serious? Wow. I did fix a spring. Yay. I'm gonna have to re-thumbnail this thing when I get home. Like, just, wow. Can a case of the floppy drive be opened and physical floppy be swapped? Yes, but I don't have any drives. That's the thing. This is an IBM PS2 drive, okay? That means it uses the weird 34-pin connector that has power carried over it. I only own one other drive like that, and it's a high-density drive, which I'm not sure will be compatible with this thing. Don't forget to remove the bug. I think the bug is dried soda. Oh yeah, I was going to show you why P7 Phosphor is super cool. Let's just do this. It's not like we're going to get anything else done. All right, here's the monitor, all right? So I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to attempt to go to menu, all right? I'm going to go to shade, which is going to reverse color this, okay? And now I'm going to crank up my ISO, and then I'm going to pull down the shutter manually. And there you go. Now you can start to see it. It is yellow and blue. So what's going on there is this is a 2-part phosphor. So the first part is blue. It brightly flashes blue. So that's the reason you're seeing only blue right there, okay? After the blue flash, there is a slow yellow flash. So there are 2 phosphors mixed in together here. The blue and the yellow, when given enough time, average out to look white. So if I set this to 308 again, you'll get the perfect average time, and then it will look white. But it's actually blue and yellow phosphor in there. Whoops, I overshot. Blue and yellow phosphor in there at the same time. Is it fine to look at in person? Yeah, I can't tell in person. It just looks totally normal. So 308.5, boom. Now that's perfect. That didn't actually take. 308.5 update. There we go. So yeah. It's not that the blue activates the yellow like in white LEDs. No, I don't think so. It's the two different. That's why the blue is brighter, which is why it shows up more when I make it really dark and then you don't see the yellow. And then the yellow is dimmer, but also lasts longer. The yellow is a slower decay than the blue, so it's like a weird balance. Yes, the monitor can be connected to a normal PC, but that's not really... I mean, I did partially buy it because I knew that was an option, but that's not really a goal. So now I'm going to set this back to inverted because that looks much better. So, that's really cool. Yeah, Torch Nova, I thought some of you would like that. So. All right, is there anything else we can do? Geez. All right, let's open the drive so you can at least see what we're up against. Do you guys want to continue this tomorrow? Maybe try and figure out what's going on? Because I do still need to get this thing working. So the next step is to, of course, open the drive and figure out what's going on. Now, to do this, there are plastic tabs right here that you press in, and then you can slide the case apart. Come on, work with me. There we are. And there's one of those on each side. And yeah, technically that's the drive, but we have several layers of stuff to go before we can actually see anything. So let's go ahead and get deeper into this. Okay. Conveniently, the top of the case has a bunch of like little divided areas, so it's actually a pretty convenient organizer for the screws. All right, phase one, some plate. Now, phase two is gonna be this interface board. Actually, yeah, it is the interface board. Okay, now I'm gonna turn the machine off, disconnect this, and there we are. That is the PS2 like floppy drive that's in here. Then we have to undo these two screws, which both hold the ground strap to the machine, as well as hold this whole metal insert framework thing into the case. Now I can lift this up and out. Then we have to flip this over, and we have two more screws right there before we have just the floppy drive. And there we are. Now, this is thankfully not a Sony drive, or else I would think that the caps are bad. It's actually an Alps drive here. So if you look up this model, you'll see it associated with the IBM 5140 PC convertible, as well as other external drives like this. But the problem is that I don't actually know what's wrong here. So this is the head position adjustment screw, and this is the end stop or track 0 position screw. Track 0 works fine, so I don't think we need to change that, because we can read and write documents to the first track on there. But everything else beyond it gets a little wonky, so I'm thinking we may need to adjust this to actually get this thing calibrated. Now, I can actually plug this back in. Well, this thing is live. I don't really like this part, so I'm going to take some tape here, and I'm going to tape it to the cable. That way it can't wrap around and short something. But with that, like that, I can turn the machine back on. And then I can put a disk in the drive. And back in the rear of the drive, we can technically see the head. Right there. So that is the back of the head. And I'm only pointing that out because I'm going to format this disk, and you will see the head successfully step around. So the head can move. It's not that it's seized or anything like that. The head can move. It's just that the alignment of the head to the disk is not necessarily correct. Now, the other thing is I have tested formatting a disk in another machine and using it in this, but not in the best machine. Actually, my HP logic analyzer here, I put the disks in that and formatted them in there. I think its drive is good. I'm not 100% sure, but I just didn't have another way of easily formatting disks to be FAT12. I should probably get my Windows 98 computer 46 PC set up to do that. But yeah, formatting a disk on another machine might not be a bad idea, like not the HP Logic Analyzer one. So, head alignment doesn't matter if the drive formatting and reading is the same drive. Yeah, see, that's the thing that's really confusing, though. Can it be a semi-broken cable? I don't think so, because it always fails in exactly the same way. And yeah, I don't... There's... you can calibrate using IMD, which is disk image software, but it's a little messy. So there it brought the head back, and then it errored, by the way. And I can press enter again, and it's going to do the exact same thing. But this time it will like it for some reason. So, MK DOS FS, I don't know. I tried doing I felt like what was happening when I attempted to do that, it was trying to make a partition table on the DOS or on the floppy disk, which is not going to work correctly. It can't have a partition table. So, but yeah, it's very confusing. Because it's not like broken. It works, but it doesn't work right. VM Studio on YouTube, hello. The cap's on the drive still good. I mean, there's no way to ever know if a cap is good without totally removing it and checking it. So I have no idea. Unless it's leaking, and they don't look like they're leaking. It'll have master boot record, pretty sure, but it's part of the file system, not a partition table. Yes. So what I tried to do was, like, I opened KDE Partition Manager on Linux. There we go. Now it thinks it'll be done. What it'll actually do here is now it's actually writing the title of the disk. So test. And it wrote it. It thinks the disk is good now, but it won't correctly work. Helen Croft, maybe. That would really suck. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not that. Yeah, Paul Guy, that's the thing. I didn't know how to do that on Linux. I've never formatted that. M format does FAT12 by default. That makes sense. M tools. Fancy pantsy M tools. Do you have any way to DD disks into anything? Only tons LPC, but that's easy, relatively. K floppy is a good GUI way to floppy format in Linux. Did not know about that. I will have to look into that. You know what? We can try that real quick. It won't, but we can try it. So I'm going to take this disk and a USB drive, and we'll try formatting it on Linux, I guess, with K floppy, maybe M format. So here's what we're going to do. Floppy disk, magnet. All right, that's one toast floppy. I'm going to put it in a USB drive, and I'm going to plug the drive into my computer. Let's see, K floppy. Yeah, I figured not. M format. Okay. So man M format. Well, oh, it does actually work. Okay. Let's do that over here. Man M format. Let's just go ahead and try this. Add MS-DOS file system to a low-level formatted floppy disk. Okay. So, oh, that's a lot of options. So, sudo apt install K floppy. Not all USB floppy drives can do 720K. Well, I won't know unless I try, but that is good to be aware of. M format A, that's a little too easy. But don't I have to, like, tell it what the thing is? I don't know. K floppy. Okay. Size, 720K. Zero out disk? No. Quick format. Volume label? Sure. You know what? Why not? KDE floppy. Okay, if found, FD format, not found, full formatting disabled. Fine. How do you not have DD? Okay. Floppy drive. Sure. Format, yeah. And I don't hear it doing anything. Internal error, device not correctly defined. Yeah, that's kind of the problem here. I don't think this is gonna work with a USB drive. We'll try M format A. Why not? M format. What's the worst thing that happens? A. Can't open FD0. For the record, oh wait, why isn't it there? Probably because it doesn't have a file system. Okay. Eh? Yeah, that was weird at one moment. It was not particularly thrilled for a moment. All right, there's that. M format A. No such file. Yeah, so Dratino, I don't know that we can do that. Yeah, shows up under dev SDX. Yeah, so I don't think this is possible. I don't have like an actual floppy drive connected to this. I don't have a Linux computer with an actual floppy interface there. So we can't easily do that. And that's kind of what I assumed, is that USB floppy drives are really terrible. They're truly horrible. They're only good for reading IBM formatted disks. And I do mean reading. I would not really want to try and use these for writing stuff. So. Oh, UFI format? Oh gosh, fine. I've not heard of that one. Make an image on the grease weasel and across. Yeah, see, that's kind of gross. I don't really like that. Technically, yes, that's valid, but I don't like it. UFI format. Done low-level stuff over USB floppy. It's just been so long. On Windows or Linux? Sudo apt. Actually, I installed it over here. UFI format. I don't know what this is. Can this kill other drives? Sleep on it, do it properly tomorrow? It's not sleep on it. I know how to do it properly. Go start a DOS computer. I just don't want to. Man, UFI format. Format a USB floppy disk. Well, that's actually pretty encouraging there. Size in kilobyte. Without F option, current format of the current media will be used. What if there is no current format? Okay, well, let's try this. Hold on, wait. Inquire, verbose, blah, 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 verify. Dash I. Okay, let's try dash I. UFI format, dash I. Sudo. Dash I. Okay. I don't think it likes it because there is nothing on it. So... I know what my real trick's going to be. I'm going to call this part 1, and then we'll continue this tomorrow as part 2, and then I won't have to come up with a new thumbnail. It did technically get around to it at some point. Okay, so yeah, it did not like that. So, dash F, and then we'll do 720. Dash F 720. All right, have fun. Oh, wait, what? Size and... Why did that not work? No device specified. Okay. Sudo f disk dash L. See which one of these works faster. Okay, yeah, LSBLK, I guess? I don't know. You weirdos in your fancy pants new stuff, I just F disk. Also, this is kind of useless. There, J. SDJ. How? What's the device? Dev SDJ. 1.4? It's not 1.4. Media type mismatch. Well, there we go. That was fun. We're done now. All right. USB floppy drives are terrible. That's pretty much all there is. F for force? Oh my gosh. Really? Fine. It's not gonna work, but fine. I mean, it might format it. Okay, so I was gonna format it. Yeah, I'm not ready to boot up a DOS machine. I don't have that set up. That area is currently destroyed because I was doing multi-monitor stuff and messing around with the 486, so it's not ready to turn on. What I really need is to probably just get out the Gateway 46 laptop, probably that. I was gonna say, get a laptop that has an internal floppy drive and CD drive that runs Windows 98, and I need them both. That way that I can have a laptop or a machine that it is impossible for me to make not usable for video stuff. And then just like, no, never allowed to change the operating system or do anything. It has one job. Look at disks. If only there was a portable machine with floppy drives attached to it. Yeah, but it's also... Did I finish that? I don't even remember now. What did we... How did we end that? See, that's the problem. Is that, like, I think I finished that, but I don't remember. I know I was messing around with putting the BLEP card in it. Did I call that done? All right, now the floppy drive. Let's mount it. See what we get. I'm probably gonna have to unplug it and plug it back in. Unplugged. Plug back in. You know what? The Tiny Pentium is at home. Oh, install VNC uses headless. Yeah, it's okay. So you want me to network share it? Okay. I'm going to... Well, first off, here. Floppy didn't show back up. Taking out the disk. Putting the disk back in. What is my purpose? You read disks? Yes, I really do just need one that's only purpose is to read floppies. It didn't work, and the disk is getting weird with the shutter jamming. Let's just go see if the word processor recognizes it. It won't, but let's just see. All right. So... this is a test with the freshly USB formatted disk. All right, that's in there now. Camera, just focus. Come on, work with me. All right, so we're going to go to here and we're going to attempt to list or get a directory listing. It will work. Oh, wow, I'm surprised it didn't work, actually. Seriously? time. All right, you know what? No, I'm done. We're done. The USB floppy drives are genuinely terrible. They're really, really horrible. It's not worth trying to use them for anything. Like, ever. At all. They're just worthless. All right. Well, tomorrow we'll pick this up. How? I don't know. It's not going to matter. Again, I did format one in here. This. The HP 16500C logic analyzer, okay? Dedicated hardware, all right? This has a floppy drive, okay? I can format disks in this thing. Totally doable. I did format a disk on here, and it did not work. It's relatively fast to boot up, so we'll just try it one more time here. Just so you guys can see. Helen Croft, are there any brand name ones? I don't think so. It doesn't matter what name is slapped on there. Like, I got one that's IBM, but I know it's not actually made by IBM. This is 60 hertz. Don't worry about it. Okay, we're going to go to configuration, flexible disk. All right. I'm going to pop that in there. We're going to go to format disk, DOS format. We're going to set the size to 720K, and then we're going to execute and formatting. Yeah, Matrox, I figure it's made by TIAC. I'm pretty sure TIAC makes the 3.5-inch USB floppy controller, although China's probably cloned it by now. But it's not very reliable. Basically a hack? Yes. They're all 100% jank? Exactly. That's the problem. That's why the Grease Weasel is such an amazing, wonderful device to have exist. It is incredible. It's a floppy equivalent of a VHS rewinder. This is a logic analyzer. Yeah, this is maybe the most overkill device in the office to use to format a floppy disk. Considering it as it sits, it was probably about $35,000 when it was new. We're on track 76, so it's nearly done. Use your scope to format your floppies. All right. And done. We have a file system. Now, there is no name on it. I don't think we can actually put a name on there, but it doesn't really matter. So it's formatted. That's a working format, working file system. So let's bring it back over here, okay? In the drive. Boop. All right. Back over to the machine. And now I think it will actually successfully get a directory listing. It will be empty, but I think it will. So diskette, directory, and it's empty, but we have it. There's also no title set. So that's good. Now what we can do is we can do a copy. We'll take document number 1 and send it to Floppy. All right, this will work. All right, we successfully copied one disk. Now, or one document, I should say. Now we'll attempt to copy the second file, which won't be able to write to the same spot on the disk. And error. And this is what happens every single time. It's something to do with moving away from the first track on the disk. So that's why I'm thinking the calibration somehow. It would make sense for it to be calibration with the external disks not working, but this also happens on disks that it formats itself. One file at a time? Wesley, that's pretty naive of you to think that it actually copied the one file correctly. Large file would fail too? Possibly. I'm not exactly sure how big each file is that's on there, although it does say the sizes. I just haven't paid attention. So yeah. Explain It Like I'm 5 was the $35,000 machine for originally. Let me describe it this way. This is a cable that has as many pins as an IDE connector on a hard drive. You could plug this into an IDE port on a motherboard and see what's going on the IDE bus. It's fancy. There are adapters that allow you to plug that machine into a CPU socket for, say, a 386, and then put the 386 into the adapter, and then see everything that's going on with the CPU through that machine. It is the best logic analyzer you could have bought at the time. Dratino, yes, that's true for both IDE and that. Taters Games, I think you might be thinking of 80 conductor cables. So yeah. What fraction of $35,000 did I pay? You know, I don't actually remember now, but let's just say divide that by 100. So 1%. Let's see, you own the newer 16900X? Ah, nice. Yeah, so I have this one outfitted with 2 oscilloscope cards, which gives me 4 channels, which means RGB and sync, and then 2 state timing cards. So it's got like 192 channels or something insane like that, but I'm never, ever going to need that many. Think of the flying lead set for those pod cables? Yep, that kind of thing, yeah. So anyway, all right. This was like the worst thing today. I was really torn on trying to start this today or do something else, and I kind of just really wanted to get more time on this because it's driving me insane. And now hopefully you guys understand exactly what's going on, and tomorrow we can hit the ground running and maybe figure out what the problem truly is. So yeah, I wish I knew. I wish I had any kind of idea. I wish the drive wasn't weird and unique. We can, you know what, tomorrow I will be happier. I will be more confident with the amount of time and stuff available to try and pull the 144 meg drive out of the PS2 Model 30 I have and maybe try plugging it in. I think they're interchangeable, maybe, hopefully. And then we can see if a different drive will work, maybe. This controller, I don't think will do the high density stuff, but I think it'll work as a low density. I'm not 100% sure. Measure the head coil resistance tomorrow with head in different positions. We could maybe do that. It's kind of not easy to get to anything without like really getting into the drive, but perhaps. So, see, is there an adapter we can get or build for a normal drive? Most likely, because it is PS2. For the interface, there are probably adapters allowed to use regular drives on a PS2. So, PS2 might be able to run calibration software. You know, actually, I hadn't considered that. I think my PS2 has a cable for a second drive. Yeah! Ooh, okay. So, tomorrow, then, here's what we'll do. Oh, this thing sucks to move. Wow. There's Xerox parts on my IBM. One moment. See, this is why this has been conveniently sitting here for months. In case, you know, this week I randomly decide to buy an IBM Series 50 word processor thing. Okay, tomorrow we'll take this thing partially apart to try and connect this drive to it right here, because there is, I believe, a spare cable spot for it. This is just stupidly easy to find out. Yes, indeed. So I think, quite literally, I can take this drive. Yeah. So I guess tomorrow we can try that out. See what happens. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, but it is going to have to wait until tomorrow. So, okay. Huh. That might work. Unfortunately, I don't have a hard drive for this, so we're going to have to boot from Floppy on this and then swap over to other stuff. So I'm going to have to get some jiggery pokery going on with IMD stuff. There's a external tape interface is what it calls it, but I'm now wondering if I could actually just use that for power. Oh no, because this doesn't inject power. Yeah, that won't work. So, okay. Let's see. Just bought a PS2 8595 tower. Didn't have to spend $1,000. Well, that's handy. Now that's a tease. Well done. Yeah. Tune in tomorrow if you want to see. Also, I should turn off the HP over there. So, yeah, we'll try that. Definitely don't have time for this today. So yeah, that'll be an interesting diagnostic step. I'm very curious to see how that goes. I really wish I had a hard drive for this thing, but I think it needs like a gigantic, like 5 1/4 inch hard drive. I've never seen one with the connector I need for sale. So, So, all right. I think we're gonna call it there. Really, no good leads. Didn't really learn anything new, but at least now we have a better path forward, and that's something. So, all right. Before we wrap this up, I do want to say this. It looks like maybe the internet held up just fine for the whole stream. I have dropped 0 frames on the server at home, which means that we didn't lose connection to Twitch. Pretty easy for a 2-hour stream. So the problem previously was attempting to dual stream and having my home internet suck. My home internet basically went out for the first half of last week after the weekend was a pain in the butt. There was some kind of massive service interruption issue. So that seems to now be resolved. I don't know how long it'll actually hold up, but it seems like it's working now. So here is the kind of ultimatum, soft ultimatum that I'm making for this weekend. If there is a single one interruption in the YouTube stream side, or just like in general, okay, I lose connection to my server at home, I will get the second phone data plan and just go that route no matter what. So this weekend is the deciding factor. If it doesn't happen this weekend, then I'm going to try and make my weird internet to home restream solution work, and that's the plan. So this weekend, if it drops one time, we will switch to dual cellular, but I'm really hoping not, because I don't want to have to pay for that. So yeah, paying for, yeah, that's just dumb. So that's where we're at. So far, so good. So it just has to hold up for 2 more days. So yeah, that's the plan. All right. Let's see, needs a 3.5-inch RCA or 3.5 hard drive with MCA controller built in. Is that what it is? So this has this going on. It needs an MCA controller built in. I have an ESDI hard drive. The connector is narrower than this, so it doesn't plug in. So you're saying that's so stupid. It has to have the controller built in. That is awful. So, Scope Pixels. I use my phone for streaming, and it has a 50 gig data cap. Yes. But I don't pay anything additional to have the data line. So yeah. But anyway, all right. That's it for now. And idea of how we're gonna proceed with this tomorrow. I'm really excited to try this out. Actually, I think that's it's quite likely that will reveal something. So I'm excited there. I will try to spend a little bit of time before stream making a bootable floppy for this, because I don't just have one sitting around, and I don't have an easy way of adapting one. And then I'll try and cram IMD on a disk too as well, maybe. So we'll see how that goes. I'll also, well, you know, the other thing is just plug this drive into that thing and see that. So that might be a thing too. But this is 1.4 megs, so it's not necessarily going to be compatible. Going this direction is a lot more likely. So yeah, anyway, we'll see. But that's it for now. So I'm going to run the outro now. Which, yeah, I figured we'd have the printer. Okay, now the audio is probably going to do something weird. No, it didn't. Okay, good. All right. Well, that is it for today. We didn't make as much progress as I'd hoped, but we at least have a better lead on actual troubleshooting steps for tomorrow. So that's good. Really glad I bought this computer. What's funny is I really only bought this thing because of the monitor that it came with, because it was monochrome, just like this one. And this monitor was a little bit of a deciding factor on getting this thing, because I really like these IBM monochrome monitors. But this one is a little more integrated into this machine than I anticipated, so I'm probably just gonna leave it with it. But yeah, so if you all enjoyed this stream, I'll say this, Derek Frello over there on YouTube, I don't have the ability to do this on that side, so if you know what, I'll just copy paste this here. There is a command for that on Twitch that explains how I do that, but I probably need to get Nightbot over on YouTube. So this is oh no, there's too much text. Hold on, that's right, there's a 200 character limit for the Twitch or YouTube chat, which is kind of weird. So I'll just paste 2 messages. Boom. There we go. That's how I do it. I'll have to get Nightbot on YouTube. Didn't even consider that until just now. Yeah, so, okay. What are we talking about? Tomorrow we'll do things. Wait, I pinned a thing. I didn't mean to. Oh, no. Unpin after right now. There we go. I've seen pics in Discord HD. Oh, okay. That would be handy. Good to know. All right. I'm going to run out of music. All right. That's it for today. Tune in tomorrow. We'll try and swap floppies, see what's going on. Really disappointed. I didn't see anyone comment about the Dr. Demento reference. Oh well. But that's it for now. So, if any of you enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can get a shirt like this one, or find me on Patreon. But for now, that's it. And I will see you next time.